At 1, I am Sarah Adesanya. Lagos State AIDS Control Agency LASACA has called for a faster and stronger collaboration in raising awareness on HIV prevention, reducing stigma, and empowering persons living with HIV/AIDS. Chief Executive Officer Folakemi Animashaun stated this during a courtesy visit in the Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA. Animashaun said the visit provided a platform for both institutions to explore joint initiatives that would promote inclusive public health and social development in the state. She highlighted the agency's commitment to preventive health education and social inclusion, stressing that HIV transmission can occur through unscreened blood transfusions, use of unsterilized needles, and unprotected sexual intercourse. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, commended LASACA for its sustained effort in promoting public health and preventive awareness across Lagos State. Dada assured the delegation of WAPA's continued collaboration with LASACA to strengthen awareness, advocacy, and empowerment for people affected by HIV, reaffirming that ministry remains commitment to advancing Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's vision of an inclusive and compassionate Lagos. Lagos State Film and Video Censors Board, LSFVCB, has partnered with the Creative Designers Guild of Nigeria, CDGN, to redefine culture for economic growth. Executive Secretary and CEO of LSFVCB, Adebukola Agbaminaja, said this during the Creative Exhibition 2.0 with the theme Redefining Culture for Economic Productivity. Agbaminaja highlighted the importance of collaboration between regulatory bodies and the creative industries to drive growth and innovation. She called on stakeholders to unite in redefining culture for economic productivity and positioning Nigeria as a cultural powerhouse. Mental health experts have called for urgent legislative and social reforms to address the rising tide of suicide in Nigeria. Speaking at the Vanguard newspaper's Mental Health Summit held in Lagos, the keynote speaker, Professor Taiwo Sheikh, emphasized the need to decriminalize suicide attempts and strengthen mental health support systems across the country. Delivering a keynote address titled Taming the Rising Tide of Suicide in Nigeria, Sheikh identified peer pressure, poor access to mental health services, and adverse social determinants as key factors driving suicide cases, saying more than 70% of suicides in Nigeria are linked to risk factors. He noted that despite suicide being a preventable public health issue, many Nigerians facing mental health crises are denied timely help due to stigma and fear of prosecution. Earlier in his welcome address, editor of Vanguard newspapers, Eze Anaba, reaffirmed the organization's commitment to social impact journalism, assuring that the Vanguard would continue to use its platform to amplify mental health awareness and influence national discourse. Anaba urged government, policymakers, and Nigerians across all sectors to prioritize mental health as a national development issue, emphasizing that the time has come for collective action to curb the rising tide of suicide and addiction in the country.
To create a space where experts, policymakers, and everyday Nigerians could come together to confront the stigma surrounding mental health and chart practical solutions for a healthier, more compassionate society.
Our correspondent Aderayo Idowu Olaya reports that the summit brought together a wide array of stakeholders representatives from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, as well as mental health professionals, policymakers, caregivers, advocates, and development partners. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced plans to conduct a mock accreditation exercise in Anambra State to test the functionality of its upgraded bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, ahead of the November gubernatorial election. Director of Voter Education and Publicity, Victoria Etta Messi, said the exercise will hold on Saturday, October 25, across selected polling units in the state's 3 senatorial districts. According to INEC, the mock exercise is designed to evaluate the BVAS's response time and efficiency of result uploads on the INEC result viewing IREV portal, as well as preparations to ensure a smooth electoral process. INEC encouraged voters in the chosen locations to participate actively, noting that their involvement would help fine-tune the Commission's technological and operational systems before the gubernatorial election. Now in foreign news. The United States says it has credible reports that Hamas is planning an imminent attack on civilians in Gaza, which it says would be a direct and great violation of the ceasefire agreement. The U.S., in a statement signed by the State Department, said a planned attack against Palestinians would undermine the significant progress achieved through mediation efforts. It did not provide further details or how this would be a breach of the U.S. brokered ceasefire agreement with Israel. Meanwhile, Hamas rejected the U.S. statement as false. And in sport, Nigeria's Alex Iwobi has made history as a Nigerian with the most appearances in the Premier League after featuring in Fulham's 1-0 defeat to his former club, Arsenal. Iwobi made his 299th appearance against the Gunners at the Craven Cottage. The versatile midfielder surpassed the record he previously shared with Newcastle United legend Shola Ameobi. The 29-year-old equaled Ameobi's record in Fulham's clash with Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium earlier this month. It took him 11 Premier League seasons to achieve the feat, and with 3 different clubs, Arsenal, Everton and Fulham. Just before we go, do not drive without a valid driver's license. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration has completed and inaugurated Teddy Mowo Link Bridge, Lagos Ogun Boundary Roads in Alimosho, and Agbado Okeodo Access Roads? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adibeshin. I am Sarah Adesanya. Good afternoon, Lagos.